I'm going to introduce you to this group. It's called Pieces of Summer, and they're in groups. So they're each individuals. These are 12-inch squares, these are 24-inch square and 24-inch square, and they each one have a title. You can go on my website and see each one. I've written a little story about each one, and I'm going to give you the sweetened condensed version. First thing about the style, I paint these flat. So these are painted flat, and then I prepare the surface. They're layers and layers. There's about 4 layers of different kinds of paint on here. And then it's a pristine surface. Then I go through and do a one-line drawing. You've probably seen the one-line drawings on my Instagram feed. And so then I look at them and I try to see which way's up. And I want for you, the viewer, to be able to turn them, because I turn them. And it releases a very different feeling each turn. And I think when you see this, you see there's a very different feeling to this as to this. And each one is going to create a different title in a way. And so this is the direction that spoke to me. And how I say it is turn them often and retitle them often. So what this one said to me was bright night. And I saw immediately a horse in here, and then maybe a horse and rider. This one, hey Carrie Ann, great that you could join. And so this is, I'm thinking of those knights like the Robin Hood or St. George and the Dragon. And so and chivalry and altruism and grace. And so that's what this painting spoke to me as. I put this in with other paintings that are in the green and blue range. And so I call this group Blue Sage. Now they're each individual, but I think they can go together if you like. Another one that I really love, that's probably the star of the show, is this. This is the most beautiful Calypso blue. When I started this series, what I wanted to do was to make paintings of swimming pools and summer. And this was swimming pool to me. That Calypso blue with the ultramarine around, and then that bright line of yellow that courses through it. Look how thick the paint is on this. These are so wonderful in a home because you know it's not a print from far away. And the other is, in the winter, you're going to want to look in that deep blue pool and remember how glorious summer is. So I've signed it on the back, signed it. These are all originals, and you can see the line kind of coursing through on the back because when I draw them pretty fast. And they're all, the line is not deliberated, meaning that I don't know what the line is going to be when I start. When I do the hearts, I know that I'm going to make a heart. And sometimes I plan out what the heart line is going to be, but usually I let it just flow. I'm going to show you the heart ones right now. And so this little group is of hearts. And what's more summery than love? And so I wanted to show sunshine and pools of water and that really beautiful, just nice, warm feeling of being in love. And so each one of these has a little bit different aspect. This one here is called the Smiling Moon Heart. That's when there's the moon that's just that little sliver, the sickle moon, some people call it, that it looks like a little Cheshire grin that's smiling at you.
This one is called Pearlescent Heart. I'm going to bring it in a little bit closer so you can see the green pearlescent quality of it. I really like light white paintings that from afar look like they're not there, and then as you come up closer they have more going on in it. These two here are of pools of blue that have this ray of sunshine bouncing through them. They're basically both the same drawing, so I see them as a pair, and in my dreams I was thinking that they would be perfect as a mitzvah heart, where one of lovers that can't be together, or people who really love each other, that one is in one area and the other is another, that they each have one of these hearts, and whenever they see it, they bond. So from the hearts, I wanted to go to this group of 4 here. So this is a group of 4 that are in the blues and sage greens. And so I'm going to show you this one here first. This one is a very delicate color. It's very hard to capture, and it's a light, almost robin's egg blue with a gold yellow line, and then this sage green that's coming through. What this said to me was daytime moon. And you know how you see that moon during the daytime, and it just feels like the day is going to be a little bit brighter. And so the next picture is of Genie Flame. Look at the surface. Each one of these, the surface of them is just so, but that it's a flame out of water. And it just seems so miraculous to have a flame in the water. And it would be just such a fun subject matter. This one here is called the Summer House. And it has a peach line that goes through and golds. And I keep thinking, what a different space having a summer home is, to where it just feels like it's a place to relax and enjoy. And then this painting is called Bright Night, and it's titled on the back. All of these are titled on the back and signed. And I introduced it earlier. The quality of the line is just so clean and crisp. It just gives you the essence of summer. Is called Summer Flames. And when you think of summer flames, what I was wanting was the feeling of being in a campfire, and then at the same time being passionately in love. And then at the same time, that dancing where you're just like, yes, summer, and party, and having a great time. And so this line is one of those that just goes, and if I didn't say it already, all of these are one line. So the line goes, you can follow the line all the way through to see the whole thing. Now, this line has a theme to it, and the theme is those flame lines. That's kind of like waves. So so there's no straight lines in here. There's no straight 90-degree angles to it. This one is almost like a star, only with waves to it. And I was wanting to get that like wavy gravy and having a great time. And at the same time, this color. This is a gutsy color. This is a magenta, pink, red, strong color. And then it has these yellows that pop out, little touches of turquoise, little touches of cobalt. It's one of those that plays this very rainbow, but it doesn't look rainbonic. It looks very themed of the magenta and yellow, and it gives you a really strong fire sense, and that's exactly what I wanted. Speaking of fire, what do we have next? And Hot, Hot, Hot. This little group of paintings. Oh, that's better. I like sitting on the ground. This group of paintings is about a heat wave. what is it about summer? Summer is hot. Hot, hot, hot. So this group of 4, I titled Hot, 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 because some like it hot. And this one is called Aztec Sun. And the inspiration for that was this rug I'm sitting on, actually. You know the pattern. It's a thunderous cloud in Native American cultures. And the line of this is a really fun labyrinth. In fact, if you'd like to try drawing labyrinths, these are a couple of really nice ones to try. This, I draw down, up, bump, 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 and then just keep continuing that pattern through it. But what I wanted was something that was hot with this little bit of sage, desert. I wanted desert, desert, desert. And this one is called Heatwave, and I'll just show you on the back. They're each signed, and I put New York in 2021. And the colors on this, there's a little bit of lavender, a little bit of yellow, and this kind of copper. There's a little bit of... Then the next one is this, which is called Reverberating Heart. And this is a really fun one to draw if you ever feel like drawing a labyrinth. Is you start off with a heart, and then instead of finishing it, you do another heart, and then another heart, and then another heart, and you just keep going and going. The thing that makes this one so fun is the color choices. You see that gold and red, and then that lavender that's happening through it. It's just a really exciting form. So then the next one is called Chili Pepper Heart. And this one, you see that nice chili pepper in the middle of here? And it's just hot, hot, hot. What are hotter than chili peppers, right? And so this one has that red and black, very much Spanish to me, very much Mexican, and very much that Oaxacan and the feeling of hot. And so I thought this group would be perfect for somebody that lives in the desert or somebody, but each one of them, again, is an individual. So I would encourage, if you like any one of them, that might be something to consider. So then, continuing on with the hearts, this is another 24-inch square. This one reminded me of being in California, where I'm from. The hills are this beautiful color of wheat, and in the summer. In the winter, they're green because it rains, but usually it's been droughty these recently. But the color of wheat fields, and very often you'll see this oak tree that's up on a hill, and this reminds me of having a picnic under that oak tree in a California hills, and that sort of a romantic afternoon, and that perfect summer afternoon. And I just thought that would be just such a really fun subject to paint. Each of the works comes with a certificate of authenticity on photo paper that has the dimensions, the little story that I wrote on the work, and then also a signature, of course, a story about the labyrinth and eternity knots, and a little bio, etc. I hope you like the presentation and that you'll have a little chance to engage each of the little pieces. It's just so fun to see what happens with these. It's very much about throwing yourself into the abyss and seeing what happens. And the colors and the feelings and the kind of poetic resonance of each piece. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to showing you more art.